I'm Kevin Pelton.
I'm Tristan Carcino.
I'm Chris Smith.
And I'm Randy Cote.
And we're talking taco time.
Fresh, fresh, delicious.
Taco time is a special way to make your day a sunshine day. Taco time is a special way to make your day a sunshine day. Taco time is a special way to make your day a sunshine day.
And we have convened in person here in West Seattle, Washington for a first on Talkin Taco Time in our many-year, I've forgotten how many year history, a live taste test of new Taco Time Northwest and Taco Time International products.
Oh, wow.
Because both of them somehow have moved into the frozen food space,
Which is hot right now.
Wait, so
which is ironic.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start with the Taco Time Northwest, the more important one first. A few weeks ago, we started seeing on Instagram, in our DMs, in our robust Talkin Taco Time group chat, reports of bake-at-home crisp burritos plus bottled Taco Time hot sauce. So thanks to Taco Time Northwest Corporate for giving us a little more information about them. Let me read this email. You've discovered we are currently testing a bake-at-home crisp burrito served in a package of 4 with a choice of pinto bean or beef. The crisp burritos are actually par-fried, so basically cooked for 2 minutes and then frozen and packaged. The guest then finishes the heating process in an air fryer or oven for the best result. We've tested a lot of them, and they are absolutely delicious. The hot sauce is bottled in a 12-ounce container. Right now, we are running a test to understand demand and ensure the quality of both of these items remains up to our standards. They can be found at these locations. Arlington was the first one we saw online about this.
Reports came in
so
hot
random,
from
too.
the north end.
Apparently, we have a lot of the Arlington listener. Bellingham Bakerview, Edmonds, North Issaquah, not to be confused with Issaquah, even though they're like 5 minutes away from each other.
yeah, I feel like they're across the street.
Kirkland Totem Lake, and Puyallup South Hill. So it's very different from the usual Taco Time test locations, which tend to be close to Tristan's house.
Yeah, they've put out a wide geographic test region, which we love to see.
Yeah, maybe that's just the Arlington thing. They're like Papa Murphy's is doing really well here. So
I mean, we didn't know at first whether Arlington was a one-off or what the story was.
Yeah,
so
true.
it's good to know a little bit. And conveniently, I was coming back from Spokane on I-90 on Saturday, was able to stop at the North Issaquah location. My first visit there. I'm still nowhere close to
It's a
all
lovely
79.
location. Yeah, tucked away.
As we'll talk about later in this pod, and pick up a 4-pack of the crisp beef, a 4-pack of the crisp bean, as well as the hot sauce. And we now have finished those in air fryer and tried them out. We have a little bit left. We're gonna taste test on the pod here,
A little Talking Taco Time ASMR.
and then little, little ramekins of hot sauce that we're dipping in. I gotta say, it tastes like Taco Time crisp burritos.
Indubitably.
it's pretty good. I'm curious. So they recommend baking or air fryer. I'm wondering what the little deep fryer would do for you. Mm-hmm.
There
Really
were,
give you that.
just for thoroughness, in what appear to be power ranking order, reheating instructions, and there is a fourth, and we assume nuclear option of microwaving. Why would you microwave a par-baked crisp burrito? We'll probably do it for science at some point.
Yeah, I was
but
going to say now I want
we
to
have
do it.
But yeah, no, this is great. Tastes great.
It's like telling us how horrible the Provolone cheese is on St. Louis style pizza. It only makes Tristan want to try it all the more.
I feel like I might be the only dissenter here.
I would say it's not the same.
It's not the same, and if we're being honest with ourselves, Taco Time crisp burritos are not that hard to get. They're readily available, and if a Taco Time crisp burrito from Taco Time Northwest is a 10, these are like a 6. Ooh. You know what I mean? Like, the bean was not cooked all the way, which
I mean,
obviously
I
we
don't
could have
like
done.
the bean anyway.
But the bean was a little bit creamy. You could see the pieces of bean within it, the actual pieces. And when you get the one from Taco Time, you can't really see the beans. It turns into a creamy mush in the best possible way.
Correct.
Right?
The bean ones have gotten better somehow in the past couple months. I've
Well,
noticed.
because they've hand rolled them with the cheese, right?
Yep.
They're a little bit fresher. And so this to me is like, I'm not a person who's like taco time is good. We should have all the taco time that we want. I think taco time crisp burritos are great when you go to taco time, but having it at home might be a little bit too much. And I think anything that reduces the quality of a product thusly makes it worse. You know what I mean? So like if right now we are imagining in our head every time you think of a taco time crisp burrito, you're like, it's a perfect item. But now all of a sudden we've had this frozen version, and it's like, it was fine. It was good. I'm not saying it wasn't good, but it just wasn't quite as good as the actual ones from the restaurant. So I don't know. It's just a 2
I mean,
cents.
when I worked there at the mall back in the day, it would be like the end of the night. There'd be fries and burritos that we'd have sitting under a heat lamp for like a half hour. And I fucking love that crisp beef burrito that's just been sitting there for a half hour. And
Like
there's,
an
you know,
orange
and
shell.
these are way fresher, you know. I don't even care. Like, if I have a crisp burrito, I think I'm going to be happy. What do you guys think about the hot sauce?
I thought the hot sauce was good. Yeah, I couldn't tell any sort of difference. But I think I had a incident at work where they ordered taco time for my birthday, and they ordered a lot
No hot sauce.
with no hot sauce, famously. And I brought home those crisp burritos and froze them, and then reheated them in the air
Yes.
fryer. And these are way better than those, right? So I think there is something
Yeah.
about the par frying situation. I think does well instead of cooking them all the way and then trying to reanimate them.
Really?
Like in the past. Yeah, this tasted better than my like at home frozen ones.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah.
The hot sauce, I have the exact opposite opinion though, because there's situations where you want taco time hot sauce, and it might not even be on taco time. You just want it.
I put
and
it
you
on
can't
everything
go get it
if I have
fresh.
left over.
So having this available, it tasted almost exactly the same to me.
Yeah, I'd
could
love
not really
to.
taste
I
the
know the
difference.
crisp burrito's hard to do a judgment on the hot sauce because it's kind of, you know, a soft taco would be the best. So you get all the flavors in
Yes.
there, you know, with the hot sauce to really tell if it's, you know, up to par.
I think hot sauce to me is a yay. Crisp burritos is a we'll see.
Whether it's up to parboiled. It's interesting because I feel like par baked. I blew the joke anyway.
Parboiled.
That's the fifth
Well, cut
reheating
that out.
instruction under
Edit that
microwave. It goes oven, air fryer, microwave, boiling.
I'm used to
Just start
potatoes.
char
Parboiling
broiling.
potatoes. I think that's the most common par cooking out there. I mean, I remember we discussed this, I think, last fall or maybe last winter, and there was negativity about the idea of taco time hot sauce being bottled or sold to go. So I'm intrigued by the flip on that. But I think my opinion on it is also my opinion on the crisp burritos and why you're wrong, as usual, Tristan. First off, I think it was more like an 8 as compared to the 10 that is a fresh taco time crisp burrito straight from the store. Number 2, no one's forcing you to do this. It's only an added benefit. I don't
Yes.
see that it's actually reducing the quality in any way because they're just, you know,
It's an option.
yeah.
What's the price point on these? Are they like the same price as a cooked one, or?
$12.99 for the pinto bean, $14.99 for the beef, 4 packs of each, and then $4.99 for the hot sauce.
So it's like $3.75 per beef crisp burrito,
Yeah, that's
which is
about
lower
what
than
it
lower
is.
than average.
And the hot sauce, I think, is a good deal. You know, John said he saw someone on like Facebook Marketplace trying to sell it for like $40.
$100.
Really?
Yes.
Should I have stocked up on them while I was there? Is a resale opportunity here?
I don't know who's buying that though. You know,
I hope that you,
not for $40.
Yeah.
You know.
I think what I find interesting, to Tristan's point, the quality. I think that the chicken one would not hold up as well with the reheating, and
Yeah.
we did not have any. If you can imagine, suspend attention. Imagine a platter of 40 crisp burritos that your coworkers bought for you. Imagine which ones there were none left of. Chicken, right? So we only took home beef and bean.
Yeah.
So I think it's actually, they did us a service by not even trying to put chicken in the rotation here. They want to set us up for success.
We're doing you a favor.
I mean, Yeah, chicken is like, well, before, when the beef and beans used to come in the box before they were hand rolling those, like chicken is, I feel like the most fresh of the crisp burritos
Absolutely.
by far. And then probably even still with them hand rolling the beef and bean because just the way, how the beef and bean is cooked. And
It's the way nature intended it. Is for those to be destined to be the frozen crisp burritos.
The way Jake one intended it. It's for the chicken to be fresh.
I don't know if I agree with you that like everything should be available at any time. If you're like
it's not everything. It's like 3 things.
It's not like it's not like I bought a bake at home soft taco. Like, there's limits to this shit.
They're not on Gold Belly yet, where you could be like in Tampa, Florida, and get a number 3.
Have you had the frozen Beatrice mac and cheese?
I don't know if I've had the frozen Beatrice mac and cheese.
Okay,
pretty
so
good.
right,
Oh, it's delightful.
it's great, right? Is it the same as getting it like fresh?
No.
There, no, it's not. But you're gonna find yourself in a situation where you just want it on demand. By the way, shouts to the Beatrice mac and cheese. When you bake it at home, you do get a nice bubble crust on it, which is a little different. It hits a little different, but
I feel
no,
like
yeah.
the tools that are needed to bake a mac and cheese, it's just you put it in the oven, right? Like with the air fryer, it's a lot of like the work you do put in yourself.
I already do this work with my leftovers. Every time I go to Taco Time, I buy twice as much food and then eat the other shit the next day.
Yeah.
And I got it down to a science.
Again, no one is forcing you to do this. You don't have to buy the bake at home crisp burritos if you don't want to. Just let those of us who do enjoy them do it.
That's fine, whatever. Just have your crisp burritos at home. There's an argument.
That's
that
where I
things-
eat most of my crisp burritos.
Yes. There is an argument that some things that are good should be slightly harder to attain. I am telling you right now, if crisp burritos in the frozen package become ubiquitous, everybody here will stop caring about crisp burritos as much. It'll make the experience of going to a Taco Time that much less exciting.
But you still have to go there to get them. And then you're not going to be like, oh, I'm not going to get a fresh
chicken
something
crisp
right
burrito,
now, like
yeah.
a taco.
But you're going to
something,
put it in your freezer and be like, oh, I'm stocked up on these. Next time I'm not going to go get the fresh one.
I mean, they have frozen dumplings. That doesn't mean I stop going to Din Tai Fung or Dozone.
Because they're worse.
So you're saying they're not that worse?
Yeah, every time we get dumplings from Dozone, we always get the frozen cubao to take home with us. Because on a weeknight, sometimes maybe you just want to like throw a couple cubao in the steamer and make a thing. Is it going to be as good as having it fresh? No, right? Are you going to burn your mouth on the gravy in the same way? No. But it's just nice to be able to just on demand have it with no fuss. And I think we're all very blessed to live close to Taco Times. What if you live in the sticks, right? And you're coming further. Maybe this is why Arlington's such a great location. What if you live in Concrete, Washington?
Wow.
And you're deep, right?
Yeah, and
That's a good
how many
point.
people have we heard from that have moved, out of state and then?
What if you live in Oregon? Forget
Oh,
Concrete,
yeah.
Washington.
Oregon? Whoa. I don't think we should be doing the people of Oregon any favors here. That's a triggering word to us right now.
Do you remember?
Maybe Idaho is fine.
Is it? I think it's actually Washington as a triggering word for Oregon at this point.
Just still, come on.
Do you remember what, like before we had Krispy Kreme here, and people would like fly
This
home?
is my exact point.
They would fly home with Krispy Kreme to be able to like bring it and experience it, and it'd be like a day old at your office the next day, and it wouldn't be the same thing. But imagine, if you will, that you lived in a
Sonic, bro.
This
if you
is the
lived
most heated Taco Time debate we've ever had.
I'm having so much fun.
It's a
man.
conceptual debate.
if you lived in a Taco Time Northwest list society somewhere, let's say
I believe that's known as a Taco Time
Great
Northwest
Divide.
Desert.
Yeah, a desert. Thank you. But right, if someone were able to transport you a crisp burrito from the store for you to reheat on your own later, or transport a frozen product to you, I think the frozen one would hold up better to
Yes,
bring to someone
true.
in another location, right?
I agree in this one specific situation that would be better. But the two
He's on the record as saying it's better.
The two locations that you mentioned, Sonic and Krispy Kreme, when they came, think about how much the demand was for both those locations, right? And now I see Krispy Kreme and I'm like, oh, those are kind of shitty donuts.
Correct.
And so it's like, I'm not going to stop at Krispy Kreme when there are much better options available. And right now, the availability
But, I
of
mean,
those things makes it worse.
Taco Time is not expanding into new markets. It's their same market.
They literally are expanding into a new market, though, into the frozen food market.
I mean, like a regional area. It's not like people that never had Taco Time are gonna have it. You know,
Related news.
They probably wouldn't like it if
Yeah.
they had never had it
they
until they were
never,
an adult.
they never do.
Related news to the Sonic Krispy Kreme thing. You can get shitty voodoo donuts soon.
Oh yeah,
Coming soon to
Wow!
Seattle.
Shots fired. This is-
Capitol
I feel
Hill.
like this is
You can
Peltcast
get
news.
some average donuts that are kind of quirky near you soon.
Underrated.
I hope you like underrated. It's like the most overrated place I've ever heard of.
One of the most hyped donuts in the entire country is underrated.
It's simultaneously both overrated and underrated because of that particular take. Look, that's already on the rundown for the weekly pod.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Let's all remain calm here. Also some news from our friends at Top Pot. So stay tuned.
Oh yeah.
I was going to say Renton, Washington, but they're the only location man enough to come into Renton, Washington, and Taco Time, of course.
So many taco times in Redmond. That's definitely not
The
a
home.
concern.
And
Taco
none
Time
of them
Northwest.
you could buy a bottle of hot sauce at for
That's
some
true.
reason.
I'm in a Taco Time hot sauce food desert.
just-
Anyway,
I'm curious about the the shelf life on the hot sauce.
Yeah.
What
It just
did
says
say?
refrigerate after opening. That's it.
wow.
Interesting.
You're
Okay.
just rolling the dice after that.
I mean, dude, I'll eat. There's like
Roll the
hot sauce
many-
and condiments at work that are well expired, and I'm like, yep.
Like how? This is a good Chris question. How long after bringing home like extra cups of Taco Time hot sauce do you let it stay in your own fridge?
So I believe I've said this many times before, but like back in the day, it would
Wake up,
Yeah.
Randy.
no, but no, they used to explode. The
Do you even
containers of
talk in
hot
Taco
sauce.
Time, bro?
They would explode, but now they definitely don't now. It's I don't know. I've had some in there like all week.
Bring
this
back
week,
the
but
explosive hot sauce too, Taco Time.
I will probably now like it's not going to take me that long to finish it. You know, I'll
But
put
a
it in my
12-ounce
top
bottle.
ramen or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
where you can seal it up tight.
Phenomenal.
Well, okay. I enjoy the spirited debate about. I didn't realize this was coming. It was more just like if they would have been exactly as good, then I would have been like, yes.
Well, I mean,
sure.
if we should really try like a little home deep fryer. I guarantee they're going to be way.
how much work are we talking about that we could just go to fucking
It
Taco
takes like
Time?
3 minutes to cook, though.
I'd like everyone here to know that of the four of us, there was a text thread about, okay, we want to air fry them. Who has an air fryer that they can even bring, right? So to Tristan's point, the work of, no, I needed to
Well,
take...
75% of us do have air fryers.
Yeah.
They just aren't portable today. Yeah.
I mean, if we really wanted to be thorough on our test, we could have air fried some and oven baked some others.
Yeah,
But
I mean, we
boiled
could
but
do
the oven was
that.
busy.
Yeah, we. Hey, how about sous vide? Are you guys familiar with that
Look,
French
the
cooking technique?
The parboil lobby is going to come to my defense here online. I'm counting on it.
I mean, we still can do another thing where we could do even microwave. You know, every option.
They do come in a vacuum sealed bag, so you could conceivably sous vide them just as purchased.
Do you want to know what I'm going to do?
What?
Keep going to Taco Time
Yeah.
and buying Crisp burritos.
Yes, so am I
And be
because
happy
that's
about
where you can get them. That's
Yes.
the only place you can get crisp burritos.
Again, they're not closing any taco times. They're not taking crisp burritos off the menu. None of those things are happening.
They're only expanding Krispy Kremes, but I've been in there and I've never seen another soul inside of a Krispy Kreme before.
You got to be there at 5 a.m. That's
don't-
when everyone's there.
I don't want to turn this into the Pelton cast. We had a Talkin Taco Time Pelton cast donut crossover last year, you'll recall. We did record
Maybe
that
people are into it.
in a taco time. The donut technology also improved dramatically. At the same time, Krispy Kreme expanded to Seattle. Donut innovation was happening. Donuts 3.0 are here.
Yeah, there's one thing I will say about these burritos of like, I don't know where are they getting the extra space within the restaurant to.
They
store
appear
these.
based on the I did a thorough reading of the package before you arrived here today, just to really I want to know, do you have to refrigerate before opening?
Yeah.
They look as though they're created in a central facility. They're not made in the restaurant. So,
But they have to store them there when,
oh, I see. Sorry, I thought you were talking about production. So
No,
they gotta
no.
find space. Yeah.
But that's the thing. Now that all of the crisp burritos are rolled in house, those are only getting better, right?
Well, when you don't have to store romaine lettuce, I guess you have some room.
Wow. We'll get there. We will get there.
Wow. Yeah, it's all the
did
shelf
Talkin'
space
Taco
from the
Time.
Parmesan cheese, right? That's where they're getting all the space. Yeah.
But we should move on to talk about our other frozen, not Taco Time, Northwest news.
This is something else we began getting reports about. I think Randy brought it to the text chain.
Reports from us.
So here's the thing.
To
Literally,
each other.
This is a long theme of this podcast now. People just come out of the woodwork and offer up information. They come out of the woodwork and ask for suggestions from us. This comes from the crowdsourcing of people alerting me as if it were like they just tested that earthquake notification system. We basically
God.
have that for Taco Time currently on our phones, right? Someone alerted me to the Medford, Oregon Costco had this Taco Time International 2-pack of beef taco pizzas. It's like, well, that makes total sense, right? Medford, Oregon is solidly
it's TTI country.
solidly TTI territory, right? Until this most recent week.
Well, did you get an update on a location in Northwest Territory?
Oh, yes. So I got a DM from a person whose name I'm going to look up here, alerting me of, hey, Randy, I don't know if you know, but I was at Costco recently and saw this pizza, to which I kind of, responded, hey, we know. Shouts to Reed Henderson on Instagram.
Henderson, fine young gentleman.
So he said Taco Time International Pizza at Costco. And I said, we've heard reports. What Costco was this at? And he said, Covington. So
now you're in TTNW territory, bro.
they had infiltrated TTNW territory. So I said, this is wild. We heard about Southern Oregon. This crosses enemy lines.
True.
And so, yeah, we went looking. Kevin, on his quest to pick up frozen things, was going to see if it happened to be at the one here in Seattle.
In the 4th Avenue location, the flagship.
And store
There it
number
was.
1 had it, which feels like a massive betrayal. Like, of all the places for TTI to infiltrate TTNW territory.
It's like
Costco
some
store number 1.
backdoor.
Are you kidding me?
It's some backdoor bullshit with Costco,
There's a lot of questions we have here.
I mean, it's direct competition for Costco selling TTNW like gift cards. Like, is it not?
Yeah,
That's a good point.
We have a lot of theories here.
The people who we should really be questioning, we should be bringing this back to. You know what? Cancel the podcast. 150 until infinity. Keeping it 150. What's the name of the Costco podcast?
The Costco podcast is named Keeping It 150. Yes. Also, they haven't sold TTNW gift cards in Costco the last few years. I think 2019
years?
was
Really?
maybe the last time.
no.
It's like
way,
pre-COVID.
really?
Yeah.
They sold a bunch of them right before the pandemic hit. And I think that probably was not great for our friends in TTNW.
I feel like that's who we should be holding accountable here, though. Look, you can't blame TTI for competing, right? Obviously trying to get into the market. I think
But it's just like, it doesn't. I mean, are we talking about what it tastes like yet?
Wait,
or-
you're complaining about TTNW dilution because they're offering their own signature product to go frozen as opposed to a beef taco flavored pizza?
I hold no regard for Taco Time International.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? They are the organ of fast food businesses.
Quite literally, geographically.
He expects it from them.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But the point is, somebody who I do hold in high regard is the fine people at Costco.
Correct.
And that is why I am shocked to see this item, not only because it is a competitor to Taco Time Northwest, but also I expect a certain caliber of item at Costco, and that's where we should talk about the quality of the pizza.
And I have a certain degree of like Northwest knowledge when it comes to Costco's purchasing of products to offer to us, right? You would think if you took a survey of every Northwest company, whose buyers are most like in tune with the spirit of the Northwest and understand the Taco Time divide, and who would never cross us like that, I would put Costco's buyers on the list. Meanwhile, they probably erroneously saw in their available things to bring in for our customers. Ooh, a Taco Time pizza. People love I love Taco Time. It's great. They don't know about TTI. Like, come on.
They're not listeners to the pod. Shouts, though, to r/Costco. There's a discussion of this product on here, having found it at the Tacoma, Washington location 2 weeks ago.
So it's got to be everywhere. Then.
And
I wonder
no,
if you
I
can
think so, yeah. I think one of the top questions is, the big question, is this the regular Taco Time or is it Taco Time Northwest? Because Taco Time in Washington is completely different and much better from Taco Time in the rest of the country. And a number of people, you can tell it is that other italicized Taco Time by the cartoony cactus as a reply. Yep, that's Taco Time International. So they know.
So proud.
Our Taco Time Northwest would never.
Do they know about us on there?
Smash that subscribe button, r/Costco.
All right, should we talk about actually eating this now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking love Totino's pizza so much, and this very much reminds me of that.
Yes.
But like in no way reminds me of anything related to Taco Time. Not even TTI, like, you know.
Or a beef taco or anything, yeah.
No.
I'm not sure what this corporation is, but it's a product of Canada.
That's international, baby.
Canada?
Ooh, sorry, Rainey.
Ouch.
Shouts to hockey.
It was fine, right?
fine.
Like honestly, it wasn't offensive to eat. It just wasn't anything Taco Time related. It's just like, why is this a thing that I'm eating right now? Because there's so many better frozen pizzas out there.
Have you had the Detroit style
Absolutely.
frozen pizza
From
at
Costco?
Holy
oh my
shit.
god, dude! I doctored that shit up. The other night I made one. I put like Mama's little peppers on there, some
Ooh, yes.
pepperoncini. So you like cook it for like 17, 18 minutes. Take it out. Put the extra shit on there, peppers, extra cheese. I had leftover bacon. Put on there. Cheese it
nice.
back up. Put it back in for a few minutes. Then hit it with the broiler for like 2 minutes.
Get the bubs going.
And
Just
then
like a mad scientist
and then you put
at home food.
Then you put Taco Time hot sauce on there.
There you
If
go.
there's one product I wish I would have never seen the nutritional information for, it's the Detroit style pizza from Costco. But it's
I
also
still haven't seen it.
Oh, please never look. But no,
Don't flip the
you,
box
you
on
can
it.
get much better. I'm sure that, like, honestly, the Kirkland signature, just pepperoni frozen
Oh,
pizza, is better than this.
Way
And
better.
I think I'm not going to call it the magic, but I'm having my second piece here, for science. It appears that the sauce base is just hot sauce. Is what it
Interesting.
kind of tastes
Okay.
like
Okay.
in having it. Because it was spicier than I expected. But it doesn't really feel like there's a tomato sauce base. It feels like a mostly hot sauce-ish kind of base on it. It's, again, if you love a Totino's pizza and you're looking for a taco variant of that, enjoy yourself.
Yeah, it's fine. But I feel like Costco, they typically operate high quality foods, respected brands.
Yeah.
And
I.e. the Detroit style pizza.
At a great price.
oh, it's awesome. But this to me, what is it? $14.99 for 2 of these offensive pizzas? Like, I just couldn't
Really?
imagine. Did they have the price listed there on the Reddit page? I'm pretty sure it was 2 for $14.99 at the very top.
There's one package, which is 2 pizzas for $15. That's insane. A Totino's is no more than $2.
I
think
heard...
inflation might have raised the Totino's.
I don't
No,
know.
it depends where you go.
but
But
I prefer
used to
DiGiorno
be
pizza
$1.
over this.
And I don't know where I've heard this recently, but for $15 for frozen, you could get 4 crisp burritos frozen
Yeah,
for $15.
that's actually a really
And I
good
think
point.
I'd much prefer that.
100%.
I'm back in on the crisp burritos.
yeah.
It's just like, why does this exist? But the reality is, it's going to be there for a second. It's only going to have sold to us for science, and then a handful of other people, and it'll quickly be gone.
Yeah, I think it fortifies the enemy lines of the Great Taco Time Divide, right? I think it's going to just further push people to their corners of like, why are they bringing this,
This is
into
more
our...
polarization in America.
Correct. Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Which is thanks
Costco.
Thanks Taco Time International.
Yeah, Taco
and Costco
Time.
teaming up to
Jesus.
divide America.
And Obama. Well, yeah, it's just like besmirches the Taco Time name, like coming up in our fucking area with
And
your
it's-
weak ass shit.
And it's going to further confuse people that aren't
Oh,
as
yeah.
savvy as the r/Costco readers and the beautiful and very attractive listeners of this very podcast.
Absolutely. And until this is the #1 podcast on iTunes, People won't know.
With our recording once every 4 months.
Where's the fucking TTI podcast? You know,
That's in some ways, this is the TTI.
true.
The calls are coming from inside the house, Chris. Happy Halloween.
There is one dissenting about the speaking to Tristan's polarization. Strong disagree. The non-Northwest has food I would much prefer. Northwest just isn't good.
What?
Pass.
I mean, they just like Taco Bell. All TTI does, especially lately, is like try to be Taco Bell because I think they have like some kind of more Taco Bell style Mexican pizza at their restaurant. They got a fake Crunch Wrap Supreme. They're just going further and further away.
Number one, Taco Bell is good.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say, you know
I'll
who does
just go
Taco
to
Bell really
Taco
well?
Bell.
Taco Bell.
There we
Yeah.
go. Taco Time International is not good. The other thing is that person, what is their username? The RLWL, the Raul.
Cool username, bro.
Yeah. It's just Stockholm Syndrome. You know what I mean? They are probably in TTI country.
They're
and they've
probably in
had that.
Eugene.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, in fact,
Real life
They have
weak
to be.
loser.
in Eugene, Oregon. And that's what they prefer because it's there. There's no way that they've actually been exposed, or they didn't have a proper Taco Time Northwest concierge to turn them on to the right items.
Or
Number
they're-
1 on iTunes. Let's go.
Or they're like somebody that's never eaten lettuce before. This frozen pizza thing, I had a dream actually. Before I found out about the frozen TTI pizza, I had a dream that Tristan was like, yo, and gave me this box, which was frozen taco burgers, but it was like a TTNW collab with Lil Woodies. And then I was like, how about a cheeseburger flavored crisp burrito?
Look, we managed to manifest bottled Taco Time hot sauce into existence.
Yeah.
Let's manifest this Lil Woody's Taco Time collab.
Taco Time Northwest / Lil Woody's, if you're listening, which we know you are.
I mean,
One of you is
Marcus
listening.
Marcus is in. Like, there's no
Yeah.
question that Lil Woody's is ready to collab with Taco Time. Any time, any place, even in Japan, they're willing to do it.
So good. But not Renton.
Well, we should talk about, we alluded to this earlier, the limited time only menu changing over to, that's where you can order these on the app if you want to order them ahead of time, as opposed to doing it in the stores, as I did. That means the end of the Caesar trial with no system-wide limited time offering at this point.
I feel like it was in the summer, right? So it's maybe not the best time now anyway. So maybe they'll bring it back, like,
That's true.
you know, to all the locations, LTO in the spring or summer or something. Hopefully, knocking on wood, please, please, please.
How many times did you personally have Caesar items, Chris?
Probably like 3 or 4.
Okay, I did
Like-
twice.
I definitely had it that many times, 3 or 4.
I had it
I
zero
mean, it's
times.
like it
Wow.
was right next to your house. I would have.
Yeah, I had. It was just too much of a trek for me. I think I
yeah.
had plans to go try it down in Renton and never got around to it.
Because it wasn't at every location.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I was like, too much of it. You live right near a taco Time. That makes sense. I mean, to me, it became, if you went all the way to the locations where it was at. 3
I
or
went
4 times.
downtown Renton, and then I was actually on a way to a wedding in like Anacortes, and we stopped at the Woodinville one or whatever.
Okay. It immediately became my go-to taco time.
As
item.
it should. Yeah.
It was just like, this is on the menu, done. Didn't even give a second thought to it.
Yeah, I mean, like, we love Taco Time, and most of the items are kind of, it's like the same ingredients, and they're all fucking great. But it's nice to have that to, like, really mix it up.
It's like a sweet potato Mexi fry, right? Like, it just mixes it up,
Yeah.
Rip.
Sweet potato Mexi fries.
Sweet potato, like the Caesar products, like the Caesar soft taco was my go-to for a long period of time. But like if you're asking me which one product can I get back on the Taco Time menu, sweet potato Mexi fry.
Wow.
And there's a huge gap between that and the field.
That's crazy.
It's really good, though. Sweet potato Mexi fries.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, if you can get them to put the Crusto,
I mean-
Sugar on it.
yeah, the cinnamon and sugar shit.
Literally
as a
the
dessert.
sugar on top of
Yeah.
the sweet potato Mexi fries.
Now I'm kind of sad.
It's cool. I don't ever think about sweet potato Mexi fries.
I thought about them literally last week. I was like, fall's here. You know, it'd be great, a sweet potato Mexi fry. But no, we just don't live in that world right now. Maybe in the future, though.
Chris was like, I don't think about you at all.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's move on to our last topic this week, which we have now moved. We are at the precipice of Randy. You have visited now every single Taco Time Northwest location, but you have not gone inside.
The quest
at
is
every
not
location.
complete.
Yeah,
That's correct. I made my penultimate trip to a Taco Time for the quest, the Port Orchard Taco Time. Went last week. It was a great little outing. Took the ferry across from Fauntleroy to Southworth and popped over there. It was like 1 o'clock, and we were the only people under the age of 70 years old that were there. It was a big like, hey, Fran, what do you want to do today? Let's go get Taco Time for lunch and like make an event out of it. It was very smoky inside. I don't know if there was we did not inhale. It was. I don't think it was from the clientele. I think it was
They needed to change the fry oil.
yeah, I think it was like a frying situation. But you know, I went home smelling like crisp burritos. I'm not complaining. Okay, right? Yeah, it was great. It was good to get it off the list. Yeah, so the only Taco Time left in the quest is the Rainier Avenue location, which I think someone immediately slid into my DMs and was like, wait, you've never been to the Rainier Taco Time? And I was like, well, I've been to the Rainier Taco Time, been through the drive-through countless times, the Rainier Taco Time, just never been inside and sat down and ordered and had that experience. So the quest is not complete, but if you're doing a little asterisk, like I have been to every Taco Time. If someone named one, I could tell you everything about it. But also like
Not
including the
everything.
Rainier one, like, but even since the last time I went and tried to do an official visit at Rainier was January of 2020. Went with some coworkers. We went down to go and like check it off the list because it was easy, low hanging fruit. And they were renovating it.
Oh,
So,
yeah, I remember that.
yeah, still haven't been inside and one to go.
But as we've talked about, it actually was fortuitous because that meant it's a great location to wrap up the search as opposed to forcing us all to go on a Taco Time
To go to
field
Squim.
trip to
Yeah, exactly.
the peninsula. Anything else thoughts to add on this? Will we be publishing a date for the Talkin' Taco Time listener to join us?
Yes, I think we're going to figure out a date to go. I think clearly a pod will be recorded. I assume, I don't know. You tell me. But
Yeah, live from Rainier.
doing
Taco
it
Time.
live at a Taco Time once again. But yeah, we'll figure out a date. We'll put it out there. Taco Time Northwest, if you're listening, you should know that we're coming. It's going to be an occasion.
En masse.
To whoever on Reddit or whatever claim that they've done it, I'll see you there. I can't wait to see your spreadsheet.
Oh, there's someone saying they've
Someone,
gone to
yeah,
all
I
the
thought
locations.
someone out there claimed that they'd been to.
This
all
is
the
where
locations.
I think this was our Seattle showed that they are the listener because someone asked, "Have you listened to the Talkin' Taco Time
Yes.
podcast?" On that?
Yeah, no, I'd actually love to hear about this person and their quest and their everything.
Sent them a DM. No
Yeah.
reply.
We'll see you on Reddit.
So we're looking forward to that. We're efforting a guest for Talkin' Taco Time that we're very excited about, although a little disappointed that you, the Talkin' Taco Time listener, didn't alert us to this person's desire to be on the podcast. So we'll see if we can make that happen. It's been far too long, and look forward to doing this more regularly going forward.
Oh yeah, I want to shout out Sarah at Taco Time. Thanks. She sent us like some water bottles and beanies like 7 months ago, and I just now gave them to you guys.
They look great.
Because I kept forgetting about them. And she also, me and Randy also got some gifts from her recently. The
fanny pack.
fanny bag.
I've been getting a lot of compliments on the fanny pack.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and the nice Yeti tumbler.
Woo.
This podcast is not sponsored by nor
Correct.
affiliated with
No.
Taco Time Northwest in any way.
Well, I do want to say thank you.
Well, we'll see you in the frozen aisle.
On that note, thanks for listening.
Bye.